Hello guys, and welcome to another week of your questions. I am looking really forward to answering some of the beauties today. I can see down on this bit of paper that there's some real teasers that are going to come my way. So let's start off with Martin Tew. Martin says, where do you see the Warriors going after their 52 points to 12 loss on the weekend to the Cowboys? Well mate, there's only one place they can go, and that's for a nice holiday, I suppose, to get rid of that type of feeling that they've had for the last month or so. The Warriors, for mine, are the most underachieving team of the season. They've had an unbelievable team as far as young rookies go and young stars in Johnson, Locke and Elijah Wood, Elijah Wood, good actor, different. But the Warriors, I think what's going to happen, Bluey McClellan must get tough with the Warriors, and I think it's time for Big Marnie and Vadavai to get pushed into the forwards and maybe become one of the T-Rex type players. And they're losing James Maloney at the end of the season, who is their heart and soul. So, look, there's only one place they can go really, and that's upwards. Can they at the moment? Probably not. Bluey McClellan, the pressure is on him as a coach, big time. Greg Chapman asks, the Dragons won't make the 8 for the first time in a few years. Who is really to get the blame at the club? Can you see them improving in not too distant future? Well, not really, to be honest with you, Greg. The Dragons have signed Beale, I think, from the Broncos, and Frizzell from the Sharks. Two pretty good young players, but they have players who are, you know, Matt Cooper, I believe, is going around again. Hornby's not getting any younger. The coach Price is unproven at this level, and I think there's going to be big questions asked upon them next year. But look, you really can't write them off. The Dragons are one of them clubs that always produce something when it's least expected, and I probably next year I think they'll do the same type of thing. They're going to be a team that most so-called experts will pick not to make the 8, but it won't surprise me that they'll make the top 4 next year. That's the way the competition goes. So. Dragon supporters hang in there. Sean May says to me, why don't you coach New South Wales MG? At least there'll be a lot of punch-ups. Not a bad idea, Sean. I'm waiting for that phone call from the hierarchy from New South Wales as we speak. So maybe next week I might have some news for you on that front. Good or bad. Me and Tom Rodonicus could get the nod along with Steve Roach. That'd be nice. Good threesome. And finally this week, guys, on Rugby League Week, Facebook questions. Scott Daly says, why don't people rate Shane Flanagan up there with Hasler and Bellamy and Bennett? With the Sharks roster and how they are performing, surely he deserves to be Coach of the Year. Scotty, you won't have too many arguments. He has done an amazing job with an amazing team this year. Quite often coaches get the blame for an underperforming year, but they never seem to get the credit for a team that goes way above expectation. Well, I think Shane Flanagan should take a big pat on the back, because he has been one of the reasons why the Sharks have been firing. He's got the best out of blokes like Wade Green, he's got the best out of blokes like Bryce Gibbs and Fafita, Pomeroy, where coaches in the past couldn't. So Shane Flanagan seems like the real deal. I think the fact that Shane Flanagan is a tradesman, a plumber by trade. He's learnt to, pardon the pun, but put his foot in a lot of shit, and he's learnt to come back from adversity. And the Sharks at the moment are looking like they could do anything this season, all thanks to one man, their coach Shane Flanagan. So I'm putting up there. Maybe he's not as good as Hasler this year, but definitely as good as Bellamy and Bennett. He's actually done better than Bennett this year, and probably he will do better than Bellamy, but I think Hasler will win the comp, so he's probably the coach of the year. But yeah, Shane Flanagan right up there. Look, click onto the icon, or click onto the pad where you're supposed to submit the questions, and hopefully next week I can answer some more for you and bring them at me, throw them at me, do whatever you want. I'm ready.